So, hello everyone. Myself Nishtha Desai, and my today's presentation topic is broken bonds, addiction, dysfunction, and the Tyrone family's tragic fate. Here are my academic information. Here are table of contents. My research question is how does addiction function as a cyclical disease within the Tyrone family, leading the dysfunction, despair, and their inevitable downfall in long day's journey into night? Hypothesis is in Long Day's Journey into Night, Eugene O'Neill portrays addiction not merely as individual affliction but as a cyclical inherited disease that fuels family dysfunction, ultimately leading to an inescapable tragic fate. So let's begin with introduction. Eugene O'Neill's play Long Day's Journey into Night, published in 1956, and it's a powerful drama about the addiction, family dysfunction, and regret. And we know that it's a one day play, beginning in the morning and end in night, and there are four acts in that play, and in that play we can notice that there are morphic addiction of family members, alcoholism, drug use, and they all blame each other. And we can notice the how the dysfunction of the family members in that play. And addiction is not just one person's problem, it reflects the whole family. We can connect it with our family also. In our family, sometimes our family members have some issues like health issues, so all the family members suffering from that problem. So one person in family some issues of that member. Instead of helping each other, they blame and arguing and hide from truth in the play. The past haunts them, making it hard to change or move forward. And the Tyrant family cycle of dysfunction. Dysfunction means something which is not proper work, something broken. So here we can notice that the dysfunction of family member. So first is the denial and avoidance. We all know that the every person denial each other and avoidance. So we can notice in the character of Mary. Sometimes Mary went in upstairs, and she want to addict morphine. But at that time, Jamie noticed her, and when she returned, Jamie asked her, "You addict morphine," but Mary denied. So all time they denied from their addiction habit, and they avoid in the act one. We can notice the cough of Edmund. Mary avoid the cough of Edmund. She can't relate the cough of Edmund as like a very danger problem. And then blame and resentment. They blaming each other. Mary always blaming James because of that home, cheap hotels, and all those things, like death of Eugene also. And in the character of Jamie, we can also notice that Jamie always blames his father because of Dr. Hardy. He always said his father, Dr. Hardy, is a cheap doctor, and you always cheap in use of money. So they always blaming each other. And then emotional isolation. Despite living under the same roof, they live in same roof, but we can find that there are many separations in their character. They are separate to each other, so it reflects the emotional isolation of the all characters. Then addiction is a family disease. Mary Tyron's morphine addiction. Mary has a more habit of morphine addiction after the death of after the birth of Edmund, and originally using it pain relief, and then she has addiction of that morphine, and over the time she grew dependent on the drug, and she also denied to family members for their morphine addiction, and she always remember her past, because she want to become a nun and pianist, so she can't we can say that forget her past, and she can't also live in her present. And Jamie and Edmund alcoholism, both the Jamie and Edmund use alcohol. Jamie use alcohol, why? Because of his unsuccessfulness, like his father James also was a successful actor at that time, like that way Jamie also unsuccessful person, so he took alcohol for his unsuccessfulness. And Edmund want to something creative in literature, like he like poems and all those things, but his family background, he can't live in his desire, and also he's suffering from tuberculosis disease, so at that reason Edmund can't live in his past present condition. Then James Tyrone also took alcohol, and he has a fear of poverty and regret over the lost opportunities. Instead of confronting his past choice, he uses the alcohol to escape his guilt. His drinking creates emotional distance with family members, and fuel argument and resentment. Then the consequences of addiction and dysfunction, emotional despair and hopelessness. Addiction leaves the tyrant family trapped in the cycle of guilt, regret, and emotional pain. Instead of facing their struggles, they escape through the substance uh, abuse and denial, which only depends on their suffering. And all those things, they always blame to their fate, because of but they can't accept their reality, so they always blame hope for they can't hope for future but blaming their fate always. And broken family bonds, the tyrants relationship are broken, addicted, and they are blaming, arguing each other, and so it's create many problems, because we can't share our problems in our family, so it reflects sometimes in psychological trauma also. So some family members suffering from some disorders, and they have to then meet psychiatrists also, so it sometimes became very dangerous also. Then self destruction and ruined potential. Jamie accept failure as his fate, using alcohol self optic to avoid a responsibility. And also we can notice that they also blaming their fate, and they can't accept their present, and they escape from their responsibility. So we can notice that the family members do not choose a present, so they detach from each other. And Mary lost in memories of morphine, and every time she remembers Mother Elizabeth, her dream of pianist, and nun, and then traging inheritance and inevitable downfall. In the end of the play, we can notice the downfall of the family members. Addiction passed through the generation. We can notice that in the character of James, he took alcohol. Then his sons inspired by him, and they both took alcohol. So it's became a cycle of family members. And Mary has a addiction of morphine. Then fat and inescapable past, they can't escape from their past. it is the most relevant question of that and the inevitable tragic end. We all know that what is the end of the play. Mary remember her past gown, and then James and Jamie and Edmund busy in alcohol addiction. So they and it is a tragic play, and it is also connect with Eugene One's personal life. So it reflects the autobiographical also. And to the conclusion, we can say that O'Neill, the longest journey into night, leaves us with a haunting reminder of addiction grip and individual and families. The Tyrone remains trapped in their suffering, unable to break free from their past. Their story is universal warning about dangers of denial and the devastating effect of unsolved trauma. So we can say that in the end we can find the dysfunction of family and addiction of all those things like morphine and drugs and alcohol and regret of past. So we can say that it's haunting to remind us the horrorness of those character. So these are my reference sources. Thank you. If anyone have question, please ask.
Okay, so my question is, how does O'Neill's portrayal of the Tyrant family challenge the idea of the perfect family that still exists in modern society?
So yes, the One's portrayal of the tyrant family changes in today's perfect family in modern time. It also reflects the society shaped many criteria like wealth, competition, and so from this that all situation, family members' schedule become hectic. They can't give their time to their family members, and all those time the competition also in the family members, like sometimes education competition, so children can't told their problems to their parents because of fear of their parents. So it also challenged the perfect family, and that create the in the one roof they are separated sometimes.
Question: does addiction permanently change a person, or is a complete recover possible?
So yes, Rosmin, the we can say that permanently change of person's addiction is possible. It is difficult, but it is possible if someone's mental support. We can solve it step by step. We first of all we can mentally support that person, and then give them courage. We are here for, and you can live without your that addiction problem also. So after those all things, that person can change their addiction. Thank you.